Guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is your boy, Dr. Martin. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor. Like this current video, leave a comment down below, and also don't forget to press on the subscribe button. So this is a video that you guys have been waiting for, and today I want to drop the video basically explaining to you how I got to lose $149,000 in just less than 24 hours. Interesting, right? So that's what I want to tell you guys. I've got 4 pointers that I want to talk to you about. The first pointer, which is how I got to build the account, the feeling behind building their account, and number 3, I want to basically tell you how I got to lose their account, and also what was the lesson and the feeling behind losing their account, right? So these are the things that I want to basically talk about today. So obviously, I want to have this conversation with you. I want to be chill, so do hang around for the rest of the video to understand how exactly this happened. So I'm going to start right now. So back in 2018, right? So if I may give you guys a little bit of a background of how I started trading. I started trading back in the year 2017, right? So 2017 was the year I started trading. And when I started trading, obviously I didn't have much experience and much knowledge. So the experience and the knowledge came with the years, obviously. So back in 2017, I was new in Forex. I didn't know anything. I learned and taught myself everything. And just when I taught myself everything, I got lucky enough to trade an account that was big enough and allowed for me to have a couple of money in my bank account. So a couple of rands in my bank account. So back in the day, we used to trade currencies. There wasn't any indices that we were trading, mostly in South Africa. So I traded indices later in my career, and that's something that came obviously with the years. So back in the day, I used to trade currencies, and with the currencies that I traded, I remember that in the list of currencies that I had a favorite pair, which was GBP/JPY. So GBP/JPY ended up being my sole pair that I was trading for the entire duration of that specific year. So I traded GBP/JPY for most parts in 2018, because obviously I used to love how the pair moved with the average daily range of about 150 pips, which is obviously nothing right now compared to the moves that happen on a daily on US30. So I traded GBP/JPY on that specific year, and I fell in love with it. I liked how it moved. I loved everything about it. And as I was trading GBP/JPY was able to change my life in a way that I was able to attain consistency with that specific trading level that I was at that particular time. So I remember this one time, I had traded for a couple of months, and obviously I had capabilities of funding a $5,000 account. So this was beginning of the year in 2018. I funded 5,000 USDs, and I was trading GBP/JPY. So how I got to build the account was in this way, that I was trading GBP/JPY strictly, and obviously my risk appetite was beyond my means. I don't understand why I was trading the lots I was trading. I don't understand how I got to trade in that specific way, but I think the influence that I had around me kind of pushed me to trade the lots that I was trading at that specific time. So I used to trade huge lots and large amounts of lots, and obviously that was from the confidence of seeing my consistency in my technicals, and how I've been able to properly identify and spot specific moves on a daily basis. So I was confident enough to actually trade larger lots on that account. So I traded the account from $5,000, pushed it to $149,000 in 6 months, which was actually very great. So $149,000 in 6 months, which was at the time 2018 translated to 2.1 million rand. So I traded that specific account. I had people that I was trading with, but obviously I was pushing my own goals and targets. At that time, I pushed the account to that specific level. Once the account got to $149,000, I had dreams, aspirations, I had goals, I had visions, I had everything. I remember that one of the goals I had was to basically buy myself a Maserati, which was also not for me, which obviously was like a wrong kind of mindset. I had goals and dreams to get that car, mainly because I wanted Instagram to respect me and also put some weight in my name, which was like a wrong perspective. Again, people don't have to dictate how your life moves and how your life works. You just have to do things because you want to do things, not because people are forcing and pushing you to do specific things. So for me, it was mainly because I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to show people what I was capable of. And then I got to that threshold of $149,000. Once I got there, I wanted to then do things that would prove a point. I wanted to do things that would show my followers, which were next to nothing at the time, that I've started trading and this trading thing is really working for me, and look at what I'm driving now. So I basically made means and plans to get a car, which was a Maserati in 2018, living back at home, which didn't make any sense if I think about it now. So I made plans, spoke to the dealer and everything, made arrangements for them to come and drop off the car. And then whilst I was planning on getting that car, I thought to myself that if I'm ever going to get this car, I also need to get a house that goes along with the car. Obviously, branding, I'm thinking if I'm ever going to get this car, I need to get a house that, matches the car. So obviously, with the money I have in the account right now, I don't have enough funds to actually get a house that's going to match the car. So I went into the account. This was 6 months after that. This was in June, mid-year. I came into the account that specific day. I was in a group called, I'm not going to mention its name, but that specific group had a group of traders. This was a community of traders that were obviously like coming together to share trading ideas. And one of my friends, one of my brothers I respect so much, Joesh Naidu, was also in the group. So that one day, members of the group shared a trade idea, which was on USD CAD and USD JPY. I looked at the trade, and everything that I saw on that specific setup made sense to me. Again, I didn't have sufficient knowledge about the markets as I do have right now. I saw the trade, I saw, the setup, everything was confirmed to me. I thought to myself, whoa, this is a trade that I can actually take to try and push their account, because I hadn't seen any opportunities on JPY at that time. Went into the account, put in 100 lots on USD JPY, put in 100 lots on USD CAD, put in 100, I had 200 lots in that trade. And this was a sell, I remember quite well. This was with Traders Way. So I put in the sell. At that time, market pushed into profits. I think I was floating around $10,000-$20,000. Market came back to entry. When it came back, I thought to myself, I had seen profits, again, feeding my mind, feeding, my ego as well, to say I had seen profits. I can surely see see more profits if the market pushes towards that direction. I came in, added 100 more lots on USD JPY, 100 more lots on USD CAD. And the market, went into profits again, but never really got to sufficient amount. I saw the screen turning blue. And I was confident that the trade was going to push at that time. Market, started ranging around that region for a couple of minutes. I think about 50 to an hour, somewhere there. Market was ranging in and out of profits, in and out of profits. The account was so healthy enough that I didn't really see chances of the account blowing. And also the consistency I had for the past 6 months made me believe so much in myself that this trade is really going to work out. I remember when the market actually broke out of that resistance level that I had drawn over there, I was so confident enough, and I convinced myself and everything I had in me that this trade is going to come back into profits. The market kept on pushing up. The evening of that day, I was holding minus $70,000, which was half of the account. And my mind was convinced enough that the market is going to come back and go into profits. I'm not even cutting losses at that time, because I'm holding minus half of their account. And at that time, I couldn't even sleep. I'm thinking to myself, this trade has to work out. I'm already thinking of the sacrifices I had made to basically, get my life better and obviously modify certain things in my life. So I couldn't afford to cut losses of $70,000 at that specific time. So the market kept on pushing up. Structure was broken. There wasn't any signs of bearish momentum. But the fact that I had seen that account move from small amounts to big amounts without having any sufficient losses made me overconfident in believing that the trade was going to come back into profits. Market kept on pushing higher and higher. The following day, they started stopping out positions. I remember they stopped out everything, and the amount I had left in the account was $900. On that $900, I came in and I basically took positions on GBPJPY again, trying to recover the amount of money I had lost, and also thinking to myself that I have been trading GBPJPY for the past couple of months, and I've seen how consistent and how good I was at it. But at that specific time, my mind was not at the right place because I was trying to get back to that level where I started. This was now me trading with emotions, and I thought to myself, I need to get back to that level because I've got an appointment set up with the car guys to come and drop off the car the following week, and I cannot afford to not have this money. Now I'm trading under stress. I'm trading under the impression that I'm a good trader who can do miracles to bring back the account to over 100,000. At least if I can get back to break even, then I will have my life okay again. I remember I took 5 standard lots on GBPJPY on a $900 account. I took 5 standard lots. And the trade didn't go my way. Account blew. At that point, when the account had blown, I just couldn't believe it because I saw $149,000 balance on their account, and now I'm seeing the account, next to nothing. And it's not a comfortable feeling. It's not a nice feeling. You don't feel confident enough to think that you know what you're doing. And in my mind at the time, I have blown the biggest account I've ever had in my entire trading history. And, I'm thinking to myself that what am I going to do right now? So again, my mind thinks that I know what I'm doing. I've seen this for the past 6 months. I then went into my bank account to start refunding. And also now I'm refunding with emotions. I'm refunding with like a mind that's not at the right place to be trading at that particular time. So I refunded the account. When I refunded the account, I kept on blowing, until I blew every cent in my bank account. At that point, I don't know anyone who can give me money to fund. My brothers as well are also going through their own losses. So all of us now are going through losses. And that's because I had seen someone in that group that I was in make big figures. The guy used to make over $100 per day, which, I'm not in a position to say they were real or not, but he was closing over $100,000 per day. And, I got influenced in a negative way to try and make $100,000 in that specific day. So that account is the one account that basically made me who I am today. And I always speak about this every single time to say that I had been trading for 4 years, but in the 4 years that I had been trading for, I'd like to think that the one account that really made who I am was that $149,000 account that burned to ashes. And I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I had learned from that account, because the fact that that account is blown has nothing to do with you right now sitting there at home watching this video. But me giving you stuff that I learned from blowing that account is everything to do with you watching this video and also gaining knowledge and information and also growing in your trading as you are watching me right now. So there's a few things that I actually got to learn from that account. The first and foremost thing that I got to learn was the fact that, money is never yours until it actually gets to your bank account. So this is one thing that I need you guys to know, that even if you can have the biggest account in the whole world, but if you're not withdrawing from that account, the amount of money you have in that trading account is never really yours, because you can still execute positions that can still take back from what you have already made. So that's the first and foremost thing that I'm going to tell you. If you trade to withdraw the money, so the money you are trading becomes your money that can start changing your life in a positive way. There's a whole lot of traders in the world that have traded to make big figures and lost them to the markets. There's a whole lot of people who've made sustainable profits and never got to withdraw until they lost them, and their lives as we speak right now is still the same as when they started trading. That's because they never got to withdraw the amount of money they had made from the market. So I'm going to give you 7 enemies to your consistency, 7 enemies to your growth in the industry, 7 enemies to your progress in the industry of trading the Forex market. So the first one that I got to learn from that experience that really built me and made me who I am today is envy. So the first thing is envy. People have a lot of envy as they are trading, and how this affects you is that you will see that Dr. Martin has closed a specific amount in his trading day, and then you go into your own trading and try and make the same amounts that he is making, and you'll feel as if you're unable to make the same amounts that he's making, probably because you're using a different method from that which he's using. So the first thing that you need to eliminate is envy. Do not switch between strategies mainly because you feel as if you want to make the same amounts that another trader who's on Instagram is making, that your friends are making, that whoever you're looking at is making. So never change what you are doing because you saw someone else do something better. So every single time when you are trading, ensure that you are trading what you are trading, and make sure that what you're trading ultimately becomes the best thing that you are trading. And the strategy that you're using is very much valid if you put in time and hours into actually making it. So the more you look at other people's work and the more you look at other people's trading, this is when you actually start changing how you are trading to basically try and fit into that other trader's trading style so you can make the same amount. So eliminate envy and start seeing your trading career grow from one level to the next. So that's the first thing that I want to share with you guys, that you guys really need to eliminate. So make sure that you completely deal away with envy in your trading career, just that you can be able to see your life grow from level to level in this industry of trading. So the second one that I also learned as I was now reviewing the reasons why I blew their account, the reasons behind me blowing their account, is gluttony. So a lot of people, this can be a new word to you, but I'm going to explain it so that it's made easy enough for you to understand exactly what it means. So a lot of people overexpose the funds they have in their account. So people overexpose money they have in their lives. So you will find that you are risking amounts that you are not willing to lose, or amounts that you cannot afford to lose, trying to make figures that you think in your head are practical and realistic to your life. So a lot of people end up risking money they are not meant to risk, or money they cannot afford to risk, hoping that they will make money that they've never seen in their lives. And people need to eliminate this. There is no one who is ever successful in the industry of trading who risks money they are not willing to lose. So every single amount you put into the markets has to be an amount that you are okay with losing. Every time you open a position knowing that you are okay with losing whatever amount that will be lost if the trade doesn't go your direction. Don't risk amounts and figures you're not willing to lose. I mean, it's a practical statement. Never ever lose money you are not willing to lose. Never risk money you're not willing to lose. So a lot of people risk money and funds they don't have in attempts of making money they don't have, which doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So every single time you go into the markets with a sober mind, and also be okay with risking small figures that are realistic to you to make money that's going to start changing your life slowly but surely. Again, success takes time. No one has ever gotten successful over a short period of time. Easy come, easy go. If you make money quickly, you can also lose it quicker because you haven't gone through the process of being trained enough to make the figures you're supposed to make. So that's the second point I'm bringing to you. Eliminate gluttony and see your life starting to change. Now, the third thing that I also learned as I reviewed the reason why I blew their account was greed. So greed has to be the biggest thing that I had at that specific time. I was greedy. I wasn't okay with the amount of money I had made. And I mean, from 5,000 to 149,000, that's a huge amount. Those were huge gains. And At that point, I was supposed to be okay with the money the market had given me and actually start making withdrawals from that account, because the market had given me more than enough, more than what I had actually needed at the time. So I was overplaying my hand, in a sense that I wanted to make more money, even when the market had given me sufficient and sustainable amount. So if you start being able to deal with greed, that's when you'll start seeing your life change. Actually, greed is a natural thing. People are generally greedy people. And if you get to a point where you are able to downplay greed, you are able to think ahead of greed, then you'll start seeing your life change. Every single time you make money, ensure that you withdraw that fund, that amount, and put it into your bank account so that you don't overexpose what you've already made in the market. So that's the third point that I want to come and bring to you. So the fourth one has to be lust. So people are so lustful, and people succumb to FOMO, the fear of missing out. People don't want to miss out on positions, and you'll see this on how specific individuals cannot relax even as they are not trading. Not trading is also profitable trading. If you cannot find an entry on what you are trading, suppose you're like me, you trade one thing. If there's no entry on what you are trading, don't feel as if you are missing out. You are not missing out. The next opportunity is always around the corner. With your confluence set of list coming together, you can be as consistent as you can if you allow yourself to not trade every move you see. If you see other people making money and you're not trading, don't think you're missing out. You're never missing out. I mean, if we were entirely late in the markets, a lot of people have this mindset that I'm actually late in this entry, or I'm going to be late. And this is what I always say. If you're ever going to be late in the markets, then all of us wouldn't be trading. If being late in the market was an actual thing, then, I mean, in 2021, we would all be late to trade, because, I mean, the market started moving a long time ago. So we need to allow ourselves to trade setups that only make sense to our trading strategies, and setups that literally have confirmations and, everything that we need, obviously, to confirm that this trade is a trade that we can take according to how we are trading and according to the trading style that we obviously use. So that's the next thing that you need to eliminate in your trading to start seeing your life change. And I mean, these things that I'm talking about are psychological things that eventually contribute to you being a successful trader. A lot of people think that, it only takes technicals to make money, but you can be technically good and still be a losing trader. And the reason behind that is because you'll be struggling with psychological facts that have to be dealt with, that you've obviously never given your time and attention to look at. And once you start looking at these things, I promise you will start seeing your life change, and you will start seeing your trading career grow from one level to the next. So that's the next thing that I want you guys to basically look at. So now, eliminate lust and don't feel as if you're missing out, because the next opportunity is always around the corner. So always know that the next trade is always around the corner. If you miss out on this trade, the next trade is always going to come, because the market will push and pull back. The market will give you impulses and corrections. And if it's on an upward trend, you want to catch the corrective moves to be able to go into the next possible high that will be created. And obviously, the market will always give you possible low areas to buy from if you are on a bullish structure. Now, the next one that I experienced at that specific time was pride. I had a lot of pride. My wings were so up high. I had so much pride that I ended up trading against the trend, even when the market was not trending towards my direction, because I had a streak of wins. So the more we have pride, that's the more the market will show us flames. That's the more the market will teach us exactly who it is to us. So you need to get to a point where you are always a student of the markets. Never really get ahead of yourself and think that you are there. A lot of people actually think that they've made it, even when they haven't made it. So the minute we begin to have pride towards the markets, that's when the market will actually humble us and take away what it has already given us. So never ever think you know so well enough that you are able to trade against the trend. So the trend is always your friend. Always make sure that when you are trading, you are following the direction of the trend, so that you're able to make money along with the rest of everyone else that's trading the same thing you are trading in the whole world. Number 6 is sloth. So people don't have trading plans. We are so lazy to come up with trading plans. We think that we can just make it in the industry of trading, even when we don't have the proper plans to actually make it. There is nothing successful that has to be built that stands without a plan. If you build a house and there's no plan, I'm telling you as an architect that it's impossible. It's impossible to build anything if you don't have the right kind of planning for it. So have a plan drafted down to say, this is where you want to be and this is how you're going to get there. If you know that you want to be a millionaire and you're trading the markets, you're trading the Forex markets or the stock market, have a plan even in the markets to say, how are you going to get to that R1 million status, that $1 million status? How are you going to get there? And follow the plan as you are trading. No one will ever make it without a trading plan. So make sure that you have a proper trading plan put in place so that you are able to make proper amounts even as you are trading. So people need to get to a point where they familiarize themselves with proper trading plans. Also, there's a lot of content that you can find on YouTube, on Google, everywhere of proper trading plans or like proper ways of coming up with the trading plan. Also, do your research. Trading is nothing that you can do passively. It's not one of those careers. You need to be hands-on. You need to get your hands dirty and get to work. Get up your sleeves, get to work and find relevant information and data that can get you to where you really want to get to. So the last one that I want to bring to you is wrath. A lot of people have so much wrath towards the markets. People, have so much wrath towards the markets. You come into the markets because you've lost and you are now revenge trading. You are trading with the markets and you are fighting the markets for taking whatever it has taken from you. Again, that's caused by you losing things that you are not willing to lose, things you are not ready to lose. The minute you risk things that you are willing to lose, you are okay with you losing those things because you are psychologically prepared to lose. So a lot of people trade with wrath. A lot of people have so much revenge when they come to the markets. They say the market has taken so much from me, so I need to go back and make it back because my money doesn't sleep in the markets. A lot of folks in South Africa have that kind of mindset, which is not good at all. So you need to make sure that you also get rid of that kind of mindset for you to start seeing yourself change in the industry. Those are the 7 things that I got to learn as I grew in the industry of Forex drastically. And again, I'm not speaking theoretical things. I'm speaking things that I had to go through, things that I had to experience for me to actually get to this point of being so psychologically strong enough to start being profitable. And in my findings, not even the stuff that people say on the internet. This is things that I had to see for myself, that you can be a good technical analyst and not be a good trader. There's a difference between you knowing how to analyze and a difference between you being a good trader who knows how to analyze. So a good trader consists of a good analyst and a good thinker. You need to know how to properly think and manage your emotions for you to start being profitable. The minute you neglect your emotions, you will never ever be successful in the industry of trading. And these are the lessons that I bring to you guys based on the fact that I lost that kind of amount. And these are the things that I got to learn from the loss that I had sustained. And also, this video was inspired by Sean Lee. He recorded like a similar video explaining his loss as well. Shout out to him. And, you guys must really learn from the things that I gave you and also make sure that you take a thing here and there. Make sure that you learn even from my past experiences so you can better yourself as the trader that you are. So these are the 7 things that I want you guys to learn from today's video. And again, guys, thank you so much to our beautiful audience. Our channel is growing very quick. This channel is 2 weeks old, but we're already hitting 5,000 views. We're over 1,500 subscribers, which is so good. So do make sure that you do share the video, tag me on your stories. I will repost, and you will find me on Instagram as well. If you are new to this video, you can come onto Instagram, follow me, look at my live videos. I host quite frequent. Also giving out value, trying to grow people that watch and follow our content. So make sure that you do follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and make sure that your life is inspired to change and your life is inspired to be as positive as we are. And again, guys, this is my very own channel, your only doctor, Dr. Martin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, evening, whatever it is that you are in right now, whatever time you have right now in your disposal. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. But from me to you, peace out.